Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jersey Zone. Today I want to do a quick little fun video talking about my 10 jerseys that I want in my collection. I was going to say top 10, but I don't know if it really is a top 10 just because of how much this list fluctuates. Like, it really depends on the time of year and what jerseys just came out, if they're hard to find and everything like that. For example, with the new Winter Classic jerseys, the Seattle Kraken one specifically, I know that one has sold out in most places. Like, it's probably going to be a pretty hard jersey to find, and I wouldn't be surprised, like, even by next month, that jersey might end up on a list like this for myself. But for now, obviously, I don't have it on this list, or I wouldn't be telling you guys in the intro here. But yeah, so this is basically just 10 jerseys that I definitely want in my collection. I will say this though, the top 2 jerseys, so the last 2 that I'll show in this video, those are 100% solidified as my number 1 and number 2, and they will not change until I get one or both of those jerseys, because I just want them so bad. But anyways, before we do jump into it and show you guys my list here, I'll still kind of do a top 10 list, even though it's not really my top 10. But anyways, before we jump into it, if you guys are new to the channel and you like hockey jersey content, please make sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. All right, starting us off at number 10, I have the Vancouver Canucks Reverse Retro 2.0 jersey. Initially, I was not the biggest fan of this one, and I think that's mainly because of how I was introduced to Johnny Canuck. So I'll be honest, I actually did not really know too much about the Vancouver Canucks time in the WHL and the fact that they actually wore a Johnny Canuck jersey. How I first found out about Johnny Canuck was actually through the Hockey Guy. He wore one of the Vancouver Canucks fashion jerseys that had Johnny Canuck on the front, and when I saw that, I was like, that is a super dope jersey. I really want it. Well, at the time, that jersey had already been out since 2014, and I think it was done with its run by the time that I saw the video, which was probably like 2018 or 2019, so there was no way I was getting it. Now, the Abbotsford Canucks do have a Johnny Canuck jersey that is fairly similar to that fashion jersey. I do want one of those Abbotsford Canucks jerseys eventually at some point. Since those were the only Johnny Canuck jerseys that I was familiar with at the time, I was not a huge fan of this one here. One, because of the numbers on the front. I've never liked front numbers unless it is on the Edmonton Oilers 2023 Heritage Classic jersey. I think it looks good on there, but I also didn't really like the changes to the Johnny Canuck logo himself. Now, I don't think there was actually too many changes from the original Johnny Canuck logo in the WHL to this one here, but there is a decent amount from that fashion jersey and the Abbotsford jersey to this one. Over time though, the more that I looked at this jersey, the more that it grew on me. One, because it does have cream, and I absolutely love cream on jerseys, and two, just because I was like, you know what, that Johnny Canuck logo actually looks fine. I don't know why I was complaining about it when it was first revealed. So it was growing on me slowly, and then what really kind of made me want this jersey super badly was that Sport Chek $50 Reverse Retro 2.0 sale. When that sale first hit, it was like a switch flipped on in my brain, and I was like, wait a second, no, I actually really like that jersey. I need it in my collection, but they were only available for pickup at the start. When they eventually made them available for shipping, Vancouver was left off that list for whatever reason, and I messaged a couple of people that I knew like lived around Vancouver, and I was like, hey, are you by a Sport Chek, and could you pick one of these up for me? But there was no one available, or at least the people that I messaged weren't close enough, so I was not able to pick it up, unfortunately. So I have been looking for this jersey basically ever since then. Now, it is technically available at VanBase right now, but it's for like $150, and that is a blank, and I don't really want to spend that much money on a blank right now. So yeah, technically I could get this jersey if I really wanted it, but I'm kind of still holding off and hoping that it goes on sale for a little bit less than $150 on VanBase, because I do actually have the hat for this jersey as well. I did pick it up during that Sport Chek sale, so yeah, I want this one, that is for sure. It's a very nice looking jersey. Moving on to number 9, I have the Buffalo Sabres 2000 to 2006 third jersey, so the Butter Knives or the Cross Swords, whatever you want to call it. This one is an awesome looking jersey. I really do like it a lot. Of course, it was during their time that they were wearing the goat heads as well, which is, you know, a very good looking time. Like, the Sabres looked really nice around that time, and I'm glad that they did bring back the goat head, that is for sure. But with this one here specifically, I just really do like it a lot. I love the buffalo at the bottom there. It's a little bit cheesy, but I definitely don't mind it, and I think that logo is super cool. But it's really the red. I don't know, just the red looks really nice on this jersey. Now, yes, they did do a throwback to this jersey with that Reverse Retro 1.0, and I actually did have that jersey at one point with Taylor Hall on the back, which in hindsight was a terrible idea. I bought it before the season started, so I was kind of hoping that he would have a good season with Buffalo. that didn't end up happening. It was not a very good season for him. So yeah, I ended up selling that one, not because of Taylor Hall or anything like that. I just didn't really like the colors. Like, I didn't really like that jersey in the blue and white colors there. I much preferred in the red and the black. So yeah, I ended up selling that one, but I do want to pick it up in its original form. At number 8, I have the 2009 Detroit Red Wings Winter Classic jersey. This one is not a very complicated jersey, but man, is it gorgeous. I just absolutely love it. I mean, to be honest, I love all of the specialty jerseys from the Detroit Red Wings, well, except their Reverse Retro 1.0. I do like their 2.0. Their 2.0, I will say, is not bad. I know some people really, really hate it. I think it's a decent looking jersey. The 1.0 is awful though. I really don't like that one, but the rest of their specialty jerseys are fantastic, and this is definitely one of them. Like I said, it's not overly complicated. It's fairly simplistic, but I like the D on the front there. I think that looks good. The stylization is pretty cool. The numbers on the back and everything, like, I think it is a very nice looking jersey, and I really do want it in my collection. And it's kind of the same thing with number 7, because it's the Detroit Red Wings 2016 Stadium Series jersey. With this one, it does also have that big D on the front there. I like the stylization of this one because it's almost like it's got like that little bit of drift to it, like it's going across super fast, so I like that there. I think that looks good. The sash going down the middle is a lot of fun. You know, it reminds me a little bit of the Burger King jersey, but it looks a lot better here, I would say. It's not like a sash gradient, which is just crazy on the Burger King. And then obviously it does have the big numbers because it is a Stadium Series game. But yeah, like that previous one, it's nothing insane. It's nothing crazy or anything like that, but I do really like this one a lot. And it's another good segue into number 6 because it's the Colorado Avalanche 2016 Stadium Series jersey. So basically just the other side of that Stadium Series game. This is my favorite Colorado Avalanche jersey. I absolutely love it. It's close between this one and the Reverse Retro 1.0, so that burgundy Quebec Nordiques throwback, but this one here just edges it out a little bit. One, because I do like that logo on the front. You know, it's a fairly simplistic logo, but I think it looks pretty good. I'm glad that they used it with the Reverse Retro 2.0 jersey. And I also really like the fact of the striping on the arm there. That big blue splotch just looks really nice, and I'm glad that it holds the numbers as well. Like, obviously you need a big splotch of blue there to actually hold these Stadium Series numbers because they're so massive, but here it works and I think it looks good. The one thing that is also kind of goofy with this jersey is it almost looks like a tank top because just the middle of it is all white. There's no striping or anything like that. It cuts off on the arms. But I kind of like that aspect. I don't know, it's a little bit fun, it's kind of goofy, so yeah, this one I really do like a lot. It is my favorite Colorado Avalanche jersey, and I would love it in my collection. Moving on to number 5, and still kind of semi-connected, I didn't really do this on purpose, kind of just worked out like this, but it is the Quebec Nordiques 1991 to 1995 away jersey. So I do actually have the inaugural season, the 1979 to 1980 version of the Quebec Nordiques in that Adidas Team Classic, and I'm glad that I do have that one. However, I want the regular blue Quebec jersey that you think of when you think of the Nordiques, or even the white one. The white one is fine as well, but I like that blue one a little bit more. Like almost everybody else, I love these jerseys. I do think they look amazing. It's kind of surprising that I don't have one in my collection at this point, but there is a few reasons for that. The first one being that they tend to be a little bit more expensive than I really want to spend on one of these jerseys. The second reason is most of the time it's not customized with the player that I want on the back, and that is Matt Sundin. So I really want a Matt Sundin Quebec Nordiques jersey. I have one of his Toronto Maple Leafs jerseys. I also have one of his Vancouver Canucks jerseys, so I want a Quebec Nordiques to kind of complete the collection there, which isn't like super hard to find. There definitely are ones out there that are in my size as well, but like I said, they tend to be a little bit more expensive than I really want to spend at that time, so that's kind of the main reason why I haven't picked one up yet. Now at number 4, I am cheating a little bit here because I do have more than one jersey. I want the Throwback the Clock or the 75th anniversary jerseys, and I mean all of them, so all 6 of them: Detroit's, Chicago's, Montreal's, the Rangers, Toronto's, and Boston's. I just think it would be super cool to have all these jerseys in the collection because, one, they are really, really hard to find. Like, they do not go up for sale very often, and when they do, they can get very, very expensive. Like, I would love to have these jerseys in an authentic, but that's never going to happen because the authentic versions of these jerseys sometimes go for like literally $1,000 Canadian. Like, I've literally seen these jerseys go up for $1,000, and I'm like, okay, like that is a lot. That is way more money than I can spend on a jersey. I would love to, but yeah, just can't. But even the replica versions of these jerseys still go up for like a couple of $100s, so yeah, they can be quite expensive, and I don't even think all of these jerseys particularly look that nice. Like, the only ones that I do actively like are the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Detroit Red Wings, and the Boston Bruins. With that Bruins one, I don't love the logo, but the rest of the jersey I think is fun. But yeah, like, I'm not a fan of that Montreal Canadiens one. I don't think it's too different from the rest of their Canadiens jerseys. Same thing with that Rangers jersey. Obviously it is a little bit different, like with those two, but like I don't think they're different enough. and I'm also not really a massive fan of the Blackhawks jersey either. But I still think all of these jerseys would be super fun to have as a collection, just to have all of the Throwback the Clock jerseys. It would just be great. So yeah, I definitely want all of them. I do have 2 of them. I have the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Chicago Blackhawks one. So, you know, I do have 2 of the 6, just need 4 more. But yeah, it's difficult. Like, a lot of these jerseys are hard to find and they can be fairly expensive as well. Moving along though, at number 3, I have the Nashville Predators 2009 third jersey. Now, I used to have this one in my collection in a U size, so I only bought it for $15, and it deserved to be that price. It was not in very good condition, and once again, it was a U size jersey, so obviously they aren't valued as much. I bought it at the time just because of the fact that I wanted it in my collection, and I did still fit into those used jerseys at the time, but I've gotten a lot fatter, so that does not work anymore. I cannot squeeze into those things. It just doesn't look very good at this point. But yeah, after like a year or so, I looked at the jersey and I was like, okay, the shine has worn off. I don't really care that much to have this one in my collection because I can't wear it. It's not in very good condition, so I ended up selling it. But I obviously do want it back in my collection, just in an adult size, because honestly, I love this jersey, man. I think it looks so good. I really do like that logo in silver. I think that looks amazing. The checkerboard pattern is very cool. Those shoulder patches are neat. So yeah, this one is an awesome looking jersey. Very much want it just in an actual adult size that I can wear. All right, now we're at number 2, and like I mentioned at the start, number 2 and number 1 are 100% set in stone. I want these jerseys so bad. I'm dying to get them, and they will not change position until I either get the jersey that's in number 1 or this one here. So at number 2, I have the California Golden Seals 1974 to 1976 away jersey. So of course, it is kind of what the San Jose Sharks did with this Reverse Retro 2.0 jersey. However, this is basically the home version. I want the teal one. The teal one is the one that I want so bad. When I heard that the San Jose Sharks were actually going back to the California Golden Seals for that Reverse Retro 2.0 jersey, I was praying that they would do the teal version, but of course, did not come to pass. We got this jersey, which I still think is pretty nice. It's just not the teal version. And honestly, like, I don't even know if it's entirely possible for me to get one of those California Golden Seals teal jerseys, because they're from the 70s. So like, I don't know if I really can get one. The only time that I've ever seen the jersey up for sale is on Etsy, and I don't even know if it was legit or not, or just like a custom-made jersey. I wasn't really quite too sure. I was looking at a few pictures of it, and I was like, I don't really know. I'm kind of thinking about it, and I was iffy on it, and I waited a couple of days, and then I was going to send it to someone to see if it was actually legit, and by the time that I was going to do that, it ended up selling. So in my mind, I just pretend like it was a custom-made jersey. It wasn't a real thing, because if it was actually legit, I would cry myself to sleep that I didn't buy it. So I just pretend like it wasn't a thing. I was like, you know what, to make myself sleep at night, I'm just pretending like it was a fake jersey or it was a custom made jersey, so I can actually sleep in peace and be okay with it. Because yeah, if it was the real deal and I just missed out on it because I was too afraid and I didn't get it checked for some reason, didn't have anyone help me out, I would be very sad. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that I do like the jersey so much, because usually I am not a very big fan of wear-marked jerseys, but I think it looks kind of good on this jersey. I think it mostly has to do with the colors though. The colors are just fantastic. I love that teal and I love the yellow. I think they look so good together. The striping is also really unique as well, that it kind of comes up on the shoulders there. So I think that is the main reason why I really like this jersey. Even though it is a wear mark, and I usually don't like wear marks, it's one of the few that I just absolutely adore. And like, yeah, this San Jose Sharks Reverse Retro did help nullify my want for that jersey a little bit, but not really as much as I was hoping for. So yeah, I still really need that California Golden Seals jersey in my collection. And lastly, at number 1, I'm sure some of you might have been able to guess it. It is the Anaheim Ducks 1995 to 1996 third jersey, the Wild Wing jersey. I mean, what do you want me to say? Of course I want this jersey. It has the mascot on the front breaking out of the ice. It is just so goofy. I absolutely love it. Once again, the Anaheim Ducks did do a throwback to this one with their Reverse Retro 1.0, and I love that jersey. I have that one in my collection, but it's just not quite the same with that jersey, mostly due to the colors. On the Reverse Retro 1.0, it's teal at the bottom of the jersey instead of the white, so it kind of just makes it look like he's jumping out of water instead of breaking out of the ice, and that's why, at least for me, it doesn't quite hit as hard. It just doesn't work as well. It's just not the same. On top of that, the customization on the original jersey is a lot better in my opinion. With the Reverse Retro, in their first game, they had the arched name bar, but in their second game, they moved it to a straight across name bar. As for the original, the name was arched, however, there was no name bar or name plate, and I do do like that a little bit more. Plus, they also use Glacier Twill instead of just the regular Twill, and I love Glacier Twill so much. I think it looks so good. So yeah, I much prefer that original customization kit. I think it is miles better compared to the reverse retro one. Now this one here is not quite as hard to find as the California Golden Seals one, but it's kind of in the same vein as like all of the other third jerseys from the mid 90s, right? Like the Storm jersey and the Fisherman jersey. Like, they are pretty hard to find. I do still see them come up for sale every now and again, but of course they're quite expensive, like very expensive. So at this point in time, I don't really have the money to spend on that type of jersey, but maybe in the future I'll just say screw it and pull the trigger on one, because yeah, this is a jersey that I've wanted for an extremely long time. But anyways, that's just my list here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and if you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on all my social medias. Links are in the description. But like I said, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.